Santiago, and this is how you create a picture-in-picture in iMovie. So the first thing that I'm going to do to create a picture-in-picture in iMovie is I'm going to drag my main video, which I always put my videos on the desktop. I find that easier to work with them. I'm going to drag it right into the main section of the video here. And then I need to create my picture-in-picture, but first I need to figure out where my picture-in-picture is going to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and start this video. Hi students, it's Mr. Artiaga, and today we are going to be doing some movement and moving around, and there's going to be puppets, and it's going to be really fun. So let's look at our red goal. A lot of the time when I'm creating my videos and I want to do specifically a goal or something that I want kids to look at, I give myself a visual cue with my hand so that I know where in the video to place the picture-in-picture slide that I'm going to use. So today I'm using 2 slides from Keynote for my objective and for my vocabulary. And sometimes I create visuals in here, sometimes I put lyrics in here, and sometimes I actually use a second video, and sometimes I'll do even a screen recording of a PowerPoint slide so that the kids can see the animations is in the second box. But today I'm just going to do a really simple one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export these slides to images. And then save them to the desktop, which I've actually already done, but I'm going to do it again so you can see it. And you could do this in PowerPoint as well. You just want to export to images or to someone. So I'm replacing this. So that's been done. So now I'm done with that. And then over here on my desktop is my folder untitled because I hadn't given these slides a title. And they come up here as JPEGs or as images. So I can see that's my objective slide, and I'm going to grab it and I'm going to drag it over to here where I know that I want to do it. Now when it comes in, I'll show you in the video. Red goal, and it comes in kind of weird. So it needs to be adjusted and fixed. This is not what I want, so the cropping is wrong. So I need to fix the cropping to fit. Sometimes crop to fill also will work, and if you want to be playing around with your cropping, you can crop to fill, although that gets a little tricky. Ken Burns does this kind of zoom out, zoom thing, which we probably don't want to do. So we're going to crop it to fit. And then we're going to keep it clicked on here. And then we're going to click this box over here, Video Overlay Settings. And we're going to change it from cutaway to picture-in-picture. And you can experiment with these ones, green, blue screen, and split screen too, but picture-in-picture is really the one that you want right now. Now we see that it has, it's right over my face, so I can click it and drag it. Just want to make sure that I am still in this. And I can adjust the size of it, and I want it to be pretty big because I want the kids to be reading it. And I have no border on right now because when I made my slide, I made sure that I had a pretty good red border, so I'm not going to add a border, but sometimes I might add a border. You might add a shadow, but I don't really think it's that important. I've never used shadow really. And then how it comes in is a dissolve, and I haven't really messed with this much, but you could do that as well. So then we'll watch it, and we'll see the picture-in-picture comes up. Red goal. And today our objective is that students will be able to demonstrate. Now we can see that it ends, and since this is a JPEG or an image, I have the ability to drag it and make it longer. So I want to see how far I'm going to drag it to. I'm also going to take the slider and zoom this out a little bit so I have a little bit, I can see a little better where I have to drag it to. So I'll start it right here. Goal. And today our objective is that students will be able to demonstrate that they can move and improvise to a piece in A-B form So it's about here at about 25 seconds. So I'll just go ahead and leave this here for a minute. I'm going to zoom it back in a little bit so I can see. There. Now, when I grab this, it's going to get rid of my slider. So what I like to do is kind of either find a place in the image or a place in the sound where I want to drag this to. So I can see this is where I paused in my video, in my speaking, to get ready for my next slide. So I'm going to click this here, drag the side out to about there. And then we have our picture-in-picture created. Let's watch it. I'll adjust the slider so it's a little more condensed visually. Our red goal, and today our objective is that students will be able to demonstrate that they can move and improvise to a piece in A-B form. And then now we'll look at our vocabulary. So I'm going to put in a second one, and I just want you guys to see how that works. So I'm going to take this, this will stay. So I have to put my vocabulary slide in right here. And I'm going to grab that vocabulary slide, drag it over. I'm going to click on it so that I can mess with it. Remember, I have to change this to a crop to fit, and I have to adjust the video overlay settings to picture-in-picture, which for some reason didn't do that, but that's okay. You click it over here if it does some weird things, if you can't see it, and then you'll be able to see it. And you can take it and size it. And we'll see how long that needs to go till. Vocabulary, which is to improvise, to create in the moment, and form, which is the way sections of music are put together. So it looks like that's right where that little dip is in my volume. And if you struggle with that, I'm going to take that over there to about there, and I'll check it. Which is to improvise, to create in the moment, and form, which is the way sections of music are put together. So let's get started. Okay, and that is how you create a picture-in-picture. You can do this with video. You can do this with images, and that's what I've shown you today. Great applications for if you want to project lyrics, or if you want to project an image of a xylophone. I used some of these in a different lesson to help the kids see the images that I wanted them to see, and also see me. I've used this with 2 videos where I've had one video of me reading a book and a second video of me doing movement. That way I can model and read the book at the same time. It's a really cool tool for online learning, and I think that there are some great applications that you could have in the classroom with this as well. If you wanted to be giving differentiated supports to kids or moving around, you can video record yourself teaching and doing the lesson that you need to be done, and then doing other things with kids at the same time. So that's how you create a picture-in-picture.